Welcome back to another Hearthstone Report. For the loyal viewers, you can see it's been a while, but we are back in the same room at the same time, coming to you live from the middle of nowhere, Germany. It's live as you're watching it, not live as we're recording it, but for us it's live as we're recording it. Just for you it's live as you're watching it. Just both are not happening at the same time. Anyway, we have news, and we are back in black and beige today with some mostly Battlegrounds related news.
Yes.
The Hearthstone Report anyway. So.
There is also the announcement of the single-player content, so there is stuff there. And for
That's
those
relevant for us.
For those that care about Battlegrounds, I'm just going to say this in advance. There is going to be one Battlegrounds hero that comes up later in this article, after a while after the others, so stick around if you care about that. Otherwise, let's jump into this.
What is the news?
Well, there is, first of all, very interesting change, very kind of a needed change in Battlegrounds, as they are adding more tribes to the game.
Yes.
They are now having a rotating set of tribes in any given match. You're gonna be able to pick only minions from 5 tribes, rather than all 6. However, for the duration of the current meta, whatever, pirates will always be in there.
Nice.
Because they are new and interesting.
Pirates are cool.
And you will also not be able to select heroes that have dedicated synergy to one of the tribes that is not.
Whenever Jirax is or whenever demons are not in, then you can't pick Jirax.
Exactly.
Because it will be terrible.
Also, you can see which tribes are in before you select your hero. So if you have a hero that kind of implicitly synergizes, for example, with the tribe, say there's no demons and you get patchwork, then you might not want to take him as much as if there were demons. Maybe you will do. I don't know.
So it's like seasonal affixes almost that rotate. Makes sense.
Yeah, again, in this case, every time you queue a game, there could be a different rotation in. Except the pirates are always going to be there. For now, they will change it. It says here, in a future update, so whatever that means. Also, the Tavern Pass.
Boo!
Now for now costs half. You know why?
Because it was ludicrous extortion?
No, because half the duration that is eligible for is over.
Oh.
So, you know you have to buy a new one every 4 months,
yeah,
right?
so you can get it now for 2 months and you pay half of it. So.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter at all.
Not really. I mean, I believe I've seen someone ask somewhere where it's like, why should I still have to pay the full price for this, even if I'm only effectively getting half the value? And to be fair, they did adjust accordingly.
True.
It's just still not a good value, arguably. Unless you play Battlegrounds all the time, and I guess then you could pay the, what is it? Well, 50 gold, or don't pay money for this.
$10 I don't know.
So
Both too much, don't do it.
Another gameplay edition.
What up?
Heroes.
It's a Volpira.
It's Captain Eudora, whom, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the League of Evil characters from Rise of Shadows.
That's possible.
One of the playable ones. But that doesn't matter for the purpose of this. What matters is the hero power. 1 gold. Dig for a golden minion, and it has 4 digs in total. Gotta admit, I have no idea what this means. I assume you either get a random one or get a discovery.
Yeah, I think you do hit the hero power 4 times, and whenever you did it 4 times in a row, you get a golden minion. I guess random.
Oh, right. That's how it works. Yeah. Effectively 4 gold for golden minion is still cheaper.
That's right.
Than just getting it regularly. You arguably have less control over it. I mean, whether or not this is good, honestly, I have no idea. I think this is one of those where you just have to see it in action.
Yeah. By the way, we're gonna need some comments on this video from TrashcanTV Discord server resident Battlegrounds expert word elite player Lulmenko. Let us know what you think about this stuff, because you can teach people a lot more about this than us. By the way, whoever decided that Volpira's signature role should be being pirates, it makes no sense. They're little foxes. They're not cool.
I mean, the animal association with foxes is that they're cunning, right?
But Volpira
and
just idiots.
Slightly evil.
Yeah, they're evil. They are evil, but they're also like pirates are cool, right? Volpira are just they're not cool. That's all I have to say.
Now, what do you think about orcs?
Orcs are just dumbasses. They are fast but evil. Orcs are fast, but they are very evil.
Because here is an orc. There is Sky Captain Craig. He's also a pirate, and the picture is the one for this guy General Crag version of the card. I'm just pointing this out because I thought this was a little bit inconsistent.
I think orcs make better pirates than Volpira, at least, because orcs are at least big and fast.
His hero power costs 0 gold, and it's Piggy Bank. Gain 1 gold this turn, increases each turn once per game. Which is to say, you can activate the hero power once per game, and you get as much gold as turns have passed, pretty much. So value's going to increase further. Now, notice the way generally Hearthstone works is you can only have 10 mana in a regular game, or 10 gold in this case, so be aware of that when you use the power, and of course never let it go above 10, probably, because there's no additional value.
Though you could maybe use it on another turn. Like, whatever turn you like it most, you will then use it whenever you want to make that swing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, effectively, you're getting double out of 1 turn during the game. Gotta make it count, because otherwise, you're just a normal dude. So you're, at that point, besides the 1 bump you got, worse than everyone else, not unlike, for example, the Curator.
Right.
Who also gets a bump in the beginning, and then he's just equal to everyone else. So...
Not sure how good it is. We'll see.
It seems... I mean, again, the Curator comparison is obvious. Of course, he doesn't get the Amalgam specifically, but he kind of gets whatever he wants, almost. I could see this being very useful.
If he's right, it might be good.
I have no idea about how good exactly, but I could see it being useful. We have Captain Hooktusk from Rustagast Rumble. They are bringing back pretty much every pirate from every expansion they've ever had. With the hero power 0 gold, trash for treasure, hero power. Remove a friendly minion. Discover 1 from a tavern tier lower.
It's free.
Yes.
So it's probably okay.
You're 1-for-1 replacing minions. You gotta think of the battle price, right?
Yeah.
You're getting a battle cry buff, and then instead of selling it, you just discover another minion.
Yeah.
That is worse, yes, but is it really effectively? You're paying 1 gold for an additional minion, and you could theoretically chain this for the battle cry minions. Of course, you can only do 1 per turn.
Yeah.
So you can, exactly. You can still sell it.
The gold back.
So effectively, it's just a free minion every single turn, as long as you have 1 slot in your build where you rotate battlecry minions through, which it might be experience. Sometimes you do, right?
This might be good late game. This might be useful.
Yeah, I mean, actually, that's a good question. How good is it in the early game? Because you might get some situations where you have a minion that isn't that good in and of itself. You got it for the battlecry. Now you don't want to sell it because you want to have something in the formation.
Like an alley cat turn 1, and then turn 2 you remove the tabby cat for another alley cat.
I don't know if that works. It says a tavern tier lower. I'm not sure what happens on a tier 1 minion.
I mean, it can only be a tier 1, I think. I mean, what else would it be, right?
Nothing.
Start pulling out wisps.
I mean, it could just be nothing. I don't know.
This says how devolve effects work. Like, you devolve with 0 mana, you still get a 0 mana.
Yes, that's true.
Exactly.
Anyways, the point is, though, you get your buff for whatever you're building. Like, say it's like a 2 points, and then you get yourself like a homunculus out of it because you want to have a big minion rather than... I think it's definitely...
It seems like something it could work.
It's definitely good value. The question then is, there's other heroes that have good value. Is this better than them? I'm not as deeply entrenched in this to value that, but it seems pretty good.
But we have people who are.
Here's a category called Returning and Updated Heroes, which really just a name and nothing else. Patches is back. His hero power has a different name, a different image, and a different effect.
Yes, completely new hero power.
So the only thing that is it's the same hero portrait with the same name. Hero power is 4 gold. Get a pirate. After you buy a pirate, your next hero power costs 1 less.
Oh.
So yeah.
That might be pretty good. You buy a lot of pirates. So of course this wants you to buy a lot of pirates.
Yes.
And then like every 4 pirates you get another free pirate.
I think Patches is the first and only hero that is dedicated to pirates energy. Makes sense. And yeah, I mean I guess it's good with pirates. I think, as a matter of fact, some of the others might be good with pirates as well. Frag comes to mind because pirates do a lot of gold stuff, because obviously. But we'll get to that later. Or actually, very soon. We have one more hero to talk about.
Is it a pirate?
Nope. Oh. It is the Rat King.
The Rat King.
Updated to include pirates, and no longer always starts on King of Beasts.
Okay. So it's random now.
Yes. Cool. I mean, it always was random after the first turn. It's just now the first turn is also random. And will not include the minion types that are not in the pool. Yeah. So if you get a run without dragons, you don't get the dragon hero power, which is presumably why they changed it, because they can't always have sort of beasts, because there might not be beasts.
Yeah, sometimes it will be terrible if it's not in it. Makes sense.
So yeah,
Green Whack Toggle, same thing.
Yeah, Green Whack Toggle also includes pirates now, and they've removed Putricide, and Holy Mackerel is a card that has been removed from the minion pool.
People have been complaining about that.
Which is probably why they removed it. Speaking of cards, Pirates. And some non-pirates, actually.
Non-pirates.
But we're starting with the pirates. We got the Dex Wobby. He is a 2/2 pirate, tier 1. Battle cry, reduce the cost of upgrading Bob's Tavern by 1.
Perpetually, or just for the next upgrade?
I would assume for the next one.
I would think so.
But even then, you're effectively paying 3 gold for 1 discount, and you could sell it again. So effectively, at that point, if you buy and sell it, you still spent a gold.
Yeah.
But I have also noticed that sometimes the effects where you can kind of hoard gold in a way are still very useful. Like there's a hero power where it's 1 gold, get a coin. There is just generally like the whole thing with like buying a token summon on turn 1 to sell the token next turn. So anything that can give you gold in a future round, or a price reduction.
This is also a perfect discover off of Hook Tusk if you don't have anything else you want.
Yeah, and again, it's just I think it's still pretty decent because you if worst case scenario you get a speed up in your gameplay for buying a minion that is not horrible.
Right.
I mean, it's a 2/2 for 1. It's
Looks
fine.
okay.
And the effect is pretty good. We also have, speaking of 1-star minions, we have a 2/1 pirate with the Scallywag with the Death Rattle. Summon a 1/1 pirate. It attacks immediately.
That means directly, instantly.
Yeah, I guess this... I mean, there's a couple of synergies with this that we'll get into later. I don't think there's anything that has already been in the game that
it's like the base pirate
probably good with
cards.
it. That's the captain.
We know this guy.
Yeah, we know him. He's 2 stars.
Goat.
I believe he's... I don't want to say this for certain, but I believe he's the only pre-existing pirate that was added to Battlegrounds, because most of them have weapon synergy.
Yeah. And he does
but Celsius Captain has pirate synergy, so there we go.
He's a cow.
He's a Tauren. We got Arcane Cannon, also 2 stars. It's a 2/2, it's not a pirate. It cannot attack, and after an adjacent minion attacks, deal 2 damage to an enemy minion. Now, if you have taunts on the board, this thing cannot be attacked because of the taunts, and it cannot attack itself, so it's relatively safe, potentially, depending on how you build your board. And 2 damage to an enemy minion, like, it might not be that much, but, there is maybe points where it is useful. I don't think there's a way you can get poison on it, can you?
I doubt it. This is like, no, it doesn't have tribes, so you can't really. This is like maybe something, probably not the same power level, but similar to the Flame Juggler or Knife Juggler guy. I think it's Flame Juggler.
Soul Juggler.
Soul Juggler. Where when you get like the golden one, you put 3 of them and stuff, and you go like minion cannon, and so 1 minion attacks and everything goes pew 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 pew.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's decent applications for this, and if nothing else, in like the early to mid game, has potentially really strong impact, and you can still sell it later if you don't have like a dedicated build for it.
Exactly. Might as well pick it up.
It's not one of the crazier cards, but it's 2 stars. I don't know what you expect necessarily. I should say it's tier 2. There's another tribe here that's present. There's a beast.
It's beast.
Now, obviously, it's mostly thematically fitting with the pirates. It's a 2-star, 3/2 beast. After this attacks, trigger a random friendly minion's death rattle.
Might be pretty good, depending on what you got.
There is some death rattle pirates that we've already seen. Some of the one that attacks immediately, so it doesn't really take up board space because it probably dies.
Just put it with your Mechano egg.
I was gonna say there's better death rattles over this. You know which one I thought of?
Which one?
The wolf.
The wolf.
I don't forget his name, but the one that gives everything plus open sword.
I know.
So this beast, despite being pirate themed,
pretty good.
Arguably works best in a beast tribal thing.
You put this, you put wolf, and then you put your other beasts.
Yeah, and like this attacks.
It's like another wolf.
The death rattle gets triggered, and then it might, at certain points, depending on how much it's buffed, it might live and attack again, right? So in theory, this could trigger the death rattle multiple times, and because it keeps growing, it has a lower chance of dying.
Yeah, though unlikely, like with the 2 health in the first time, but if it does,
Another very interesting mechanic that is new, also relating to old, is this 2-star 3/3 pirate, the free dealing gambler. This minion sells for 3 gold.
So it's free. You pick it up, you play it how long ever you want, and you sell for 3 gold.
No loss. I talked earlier about how being able to carry gold into a future round can be very useful. You can fast track your tavern chair upgrades. You can, instead of rolling, you can just like keep the gold and just buy something next turn and just use the natural reroll. There's a couple of things you can do with it. It gets really tricky once you get discounts somehow, or you get a synergy for selling something, synergy for buying something. The first thing when I was looking through this article that came to mind was Millhouse. Because every time this shows up, you just get a net gain of 1 gold.
Right.
It's not extreme, but I mean, why wouldn't you do it if you have the board space, right? There's synergies that will come up later in this article for that also would help with this. But even on its face, it's not bad. You know, you buy this in the early game, you have something on the board, you don't need it later, you sell it. Easy enough.
Seems like a good inclusion.
Yo Ho Ogre. It's a... We're getting down to 3 stars. Yep. It's a 2/3 pirate. 2/8 pirate. I should be able to read. With taunt. After this minion survives being attacked, attack immediately.
So you can put this wherever you want. It takes the first hit and then it punches back like bam.
Yes. I assume, because it says immediately, that you still get your regular attack after it.
Yeah, I think
so. That's pretty good. And it has to be attacked. It doesn't help. It doesn't suffice to be damaged, which is an important distinction because of the aforementioned Soul Juggler, the Arcane Cannons, anything with cleave, by which I mean attacks that just damages adjacent minions.
Maybe this could be like really good in the late game, and if you want to push a lot of face damage, you just buff this thing up into all oblivion, and then it takes the hit, it attacks, takes next hit, attacks again, and it's the only taunt minion. So it just like it goes down until this like to the point where only this card ever attacks.
Again, I'm not certain if it skips your regular attack. I don't think it does.
But it would still reduce the amount of attacks you have to do overall by quite a bit if this gets several attacks. Because it just kills the opponent's minions faster.
Again, I don't think there's a tricky way you can give it poison or anything like that, but it's still pretty good.
It's good.
And you know, there's other stuff. You can put this next to one of your cannons. Now granted, then the cleave minions can attack the cannon through it, but counterpoint, this attacks a lot.
Yeah.
So
can't help.
You know, cannon's just gonna shoot an extra time. Same with the one that summons a pirate, right? Put it next to the cannon.
Yeah.
It summons a token next to the cannon.
Which attacks.
So you get an extra attack out of that. So there's definitely some cheesy ways you can go about this, which is, you know, why those work.
Remember Darius Crowley in the Monster Hunt?
I do vaguely remember.
Oh yeah,
like with the cannons.
Positioning and cannon firing, yeah.
That was actually pretty fun. That reminded me of the chess from Carousel, which we will play soon on the channel. Salty Looter, a 3-star 3/3 rogue pirate.
Yeah, some rogues are pirates.
No, my point was that for some reason every now and again they'll introduce Battlegrounds exclusive cards with a class.
Maybe they plan to bring them.
And again, I've said it from the day they first did this. I was like, are they gonna have like class related effects at some point?
They might.
Are they introducing them for that?
They might just
really know.
Maybe.
But it has whenever you play a pirate, gain +1/+1. So that's the first synergy with the aforementioned card, but it sells for 3. So just buy it and sell it, and all you did was give this guy +1/+1.
Wrathweaver, but with pirates. And not as strong.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't damage you though.
Yeah.
Which, with the Wrathweaver, it's not as bad that it damages you until you're at like 1 health, and you're like, I can't play.
Sorts of Wrathweavers, exactly.
So
might be good.
This can be pretty good, and as I said, there is a lot of cheesiness you can do with pirates. You can use Hook Tusk with this very well, for example, where you could potentially get multiple pirates in. You could effectively get 2 pirates out of 1 minion. Yeah. The other one that sells for 3.
Just a free upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's some good stuff you can do. Now we're getting into pirate buffs. There is, for 3 stars again, there is a 4/2 pirate named Bloodsail Cannoneer.
That's one that you really want to cycle.
With the battle cry, give your other pirates +3 attack. Now, we have seen in the past, pure attack buffs have their issues.
Yeah.
You want
1 health buff
to generally also get health buffs, but it's still not bad.
That's really good. If you get it, just pick it up. Or you know one of those decks where you just cycle your battle cries. That's definitely in the rotation.
Again, the looter goes with it. There's other stuff that will go with this. South Sea Strong Arm. We're getting 4 stars now. It's a 5/4 pirate. Battlecry, give a friendly pirate +1% for each pirate you bought this turn.
Admin Hero Power. Kind of.
Also, once again, there's one that you can just cycle for free.
Yeah.
There is synergy for cycling through pirates.
You got Craig, who can do a double turn, basically.
Yeah,
Buy more
pirates really want you to be very tricky and fast with your stuff.
And have a lot of pirates.
You can cycle pirates more effectively than any other tribe, from what I can tell. And the new heroes at least synergize with those effects in theory, a lot of them.
I like the style.
So yeah, you're probably going to be able to get a lot more buying and selling out of that. We also got 4 stars. Gold Grubber, a 2/2 pirate, with at the end of your turn, gain +2/+2 for each friendly golden minion.
So this could go crazy if you just deck out your hand, like your board, in like 3 or 4 golden minions.
Especially if it itself is golden. It's presumably, I haven't seen it, but generally it
Should
will
get
be +4/+4. Yeah.
And
it counts out.
Nice, dude.
It should. It says each friendly. It doesn't say each other friendly.
That could be OP, dude. Like, you just get this in golden and nothing else, and it gets 4/4 every turn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, obviously that's not the optimal scenario, but it's very plausible.
That's pretty strong.
Of course, you also have effects, as we've seen, that you can just give you golden minions.
Yeah.
So
That's
this
really good.
has a lot of potential.
Damn.
And as we said, with pirates, we cycle a lot, meaning we'll get to see a lot of things, presumably. Meaning we'll also get a lot of chance for goldens. Yeah, now I wonder if the one that sells for 3 sells for 6, the golden one. I don't know.
Oh boy.
I don't think so, but
that would be slick.
I mean, you'd still be buying 3 of them for 9 total and
Exactly.
selling them again for 6.
Not novel.
But you know, just a fun thought.
Yeah.
Also tier 4, there is the Rip Snarl Captain. As a 3/4 pirate, whenever another friendly pirate attacks, give it +2/+2.
Works with the theme, the cannons, the ogre guy.
Yeah. Now this, of course, is during the combat phase, so those buffs are not permanent, as opposed to all of the other buffs that we've talked about so far. Yet, of course, pirates like to attack a lot. We've seen that. And, hey, I mean, effectively all of your pirates until this dies have +2/+2, assuming they attack once. If they attack multiple times, even better. So, getting a board white +2/+2 buff seems pretty good. Now, of course, this is susceptible to certain things like Zap Slywick if you don't buff it for sufficiently and stuff like that. But in theory, this is arguably a better board buff. So, you know, I'm not going to argue with that.
That's good.
Notice, of course, it doesn't buff himself. So he is, in that regard, also a little bit susceptible to dying. Now, on tier 5, we got the Breaker Goliath, which I believe is just a sea giant in like
it looks like it.
which is a 6/7 pirate with Wind Fury and Overkill. Give your other pirates +2/+2.
We like that. We like that. A lot of things to do there.
Speaking of board buffs, and he's gonna get to attack twice. I mean, you potentially get a lot of board buffs out of this one.
It's not bad.
And again, he attacks a lot. That goes again with the theme of like you wanting your pirates to attack. So, if nothing else, pirates are very thematically consistent, and some of them seem very strong.
I like the theme of pirates. I might go back to Battlegrounds. Maybe not. Maybe I will just try it out.
I mean, I'm not gonna buy the Tavern Pass.
No.
We could definitely do a video or two on this.
Yeah, I think I'd take a look at it.
Here's an interesting one.
The go one.
Nat Pagel, Extreme Angler.
But this is first of all, just lore-wise, this is a phenomenal reference because there's a book, like a super hidden secret book in World of Warcraft. I think somewhere in like Silvermoon or something, which is called a thoroughly rare copy of Nat Pagel's Guide to Extreme Angling, and that's obviously what that's referencing, which is wonderful. That I like that they're knowing their own archives.
Yes, I've actually heard of that before. So yeah,
I've mentioned it maybe.
He is a tier 5 legendary minion. I don't think that matters, but you know,
Nat Pagel's a pirate now.
Yeah, he's an 8/5 pirate. With Overkill, summon a 0/2 treasure chest. Now, sadly, I don't know what those do. I assume they have some beneficial death because
isn't it? I've seen this, right? Like gold minion or something.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think it they drop a gold minion.
That's pretty good, especially since pirates like gold minions.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen something on the subreddit a day ago where that was actually said.
We've got Captain Hoggar. Sorry, Hoggar. Who is also tier 5. He's a 6/6 pirate. With after you buy a pirate, gain 1 gold this turn only.
So again, pirates and gold.
Yes, and again,
Cycle
that
and cycle
as I said,
and
like you like cycling, and then you have to think back about. I guess it's tier 5. It doesn't matter. I was about to say the tier 1 that reduces the cost of upgrade, but it's not as relevant because then effectively you're getting it for net 0, but that's not.
A lot of things you can do there.
Again, the one that sells for 3 now sells for 4. It's just a net gain. Also, again, your pirates like cycling, anyways.
Look good.
A lot of good stuff there. We've also got Dread Admiral Eliza for rank 6. She is a 6/7 pirate.
Good
With
things.
whenever a friendly pirate attacks, give all friendly minions +1/+1.
So that's a lot of buffing. Kind of rounds out everything we said. Attack a lot, get a lot of pirates down, and buff them up a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
So little goal.
on its face, this was really good. I mean, I've talked about the wolf before. He gives +4/+4. Once. You again, there is ways to trigger it now, but even then, like.
You get the Wind Fury Pirate, you get the Ogre, who attacks every time.
This has a very realistic chance to attack more than 4 times.
Yeah.
Well, not
To
itself,
proc more than 4
to
times.
proc more than 4 times. And that is not at all far-fetched, so it's arguably maybe better than the wolf. It doesn't have to die itself.
Yeah.
It buffs itself. It has all friendly minions, not all other friendly minions,
Yeah.
as opposed to one of the previous ones. And again, if you don't know how often it can proc, it has better stats than the wolf. In my opinion...
Probably lower floor, but higher ceiling than wolf.
Yeah, in my opinion, just on its face, this is for pirates better than the wolf is for beasts.
Maybe.
That being said, that also depends, of course, on how strong overall beasts and pirates are.
The thing with the wolf is that there was a lot, maybe even better stuff to go with it. But the wolf, you have Rat Pack and stuff that, the Death Rolls that profit off.
But
of that.
that's what I meant, right? The card in and of itself
Yeah.
seems stronger, but the tribe it synergizes with might very well be weaker.
Does it fit into Pirate as well as Wolf does in Beasts, is the question.
I mean, it fits definitely. The question is, are they that strong?
Oh yeah. Will it be that strong with it?
And that's my point, right? If this was a Beasts card, so I would be pretty strong, but then again, it would proc less.
Would
Then in Pirates.
Would it?
Pirates attack a lot.
But Beasts, you get like all the Rat Packs, and you get the Wolves, and all.
You get a lot of minions.
You get which all attack.
I guess you would definitely have a lot of minions that would have the chance to attack before it gets to this one.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily attack. You attack immediately where you attack out of order and on top of the regular attacks, the Wind Fury stuff. It doesn't really happen as much. But yeah, I suppose that's. We've also got the Tide Razor.
It's about.
I think this is the less exciting tier 6. It's one of those. It's just a 6/4 Death Rattle summon 3 random pirates.
Be fine.
Reminds me a little bit of
Gas Coiler.
Gas Coiler, exactly. Yeah. It's like yeah, it's not bad.
Could be good pirates.
But you know.
Okay.
Lightfang Enforcer updated to include pirates.
Cool. Makes sense.
Now we get into. There's more Battlegrounds stuff coming. Stick around.
Soon.
Trial by Felfire, solo adventure and challenges.
That's our stuff. That's what we do.
Yes. So, the first chapter of the solo adventure will be available for free on June 17th. It was somehow under the impression it was a week earlier, but it doesn't really matter. And you're facing Mecha Jaraxxus.
Remember him? He cost $90 once.
Honestly, I was kind of surprised of how they pulled that in there. I didn't see that coming. They pulled a lot of stuff together for this.
Yeah, like the Legion, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Rusted Legion is led by Mecha Jaraxxus. Like, the protagonist in this is the sister of Elise Starseeker. There's just a lot of, like, nods to previous stuff in Hearthstone. And, I mean, I gotta give them that, right? Like, when it comes to, like, theming and
they're making good
continuity,
use of the actual WoW lore.
Yeah,
it's true.
And again, of their own stuff as well. Like, Mecha Jaraxxus isn't in WoW.
No.
But,
Jaraxxus is.
Yeah, but again, I'm just saying, like, they are very good at, like, making callbacks to their own stuff. I mean, I remember Carl and George?
I remember Carl and George.
That was, like, a joke in the flavor text of Lost in the Jungle. Yeah. And, like, that became a whole thing.
They made him protagonists of the entire game.
And all of a sudden they were, like, really relevant in the solo adventures. And, you know...
Battleground Hero.
Listen, I'd say what you will about the solo stuff, but...
They're popping off.
The continuity-wise, I just love what they're doing.
They're doing good.
Yeah, so... if you complete the adventure, you'll get a card back.
card back.
Not particularly exciting, but hey, it's free, so
listen,
whatever.
dude.
Also, the week that the adventure unlocks, like a day before, a new Battlegrounds hero will show up. So I believe the pirates and the stuff shows up on June 9th, which is like yesterday as of release of this video. Because, you know, we're really a point of this. Ariana will not be in the game quite yet. Of course, also new heroes always only available for Tavern Pass members, blah blah blah, like a week later or so for us regular plebeians. Arana Starseeker. Passive hero power.
Pass.
After you refresh 7 times, Bob always has 7
Always.
minions. That's a lot of minions.
A lot of minions. Maybe not bad.
I mean, I definitely would think for...
Pays off late.
For you in particular, for example, this would be a good hero, because I know you definitely like to refresh more than certain other players.
Yeah.
I think sometimes to your detriment.
I'll be picky about it.
But, of course, there's no synergy for that. So
yeah, with that, it might be good, because now you get all the stuff.
Then for Felfire, you also get the challenges, which, from as far as I can tell, include at least some of the same bosses as the regular adventure. Yeah. Those unlock a week later. And if you complete those successfully, you get a golden Kael'thas Sunstrike.
Can we dust them?
It doesn't say, but it was previously possible to craft one. So it's presumably, and I haven't checked this admittedly, but presumably he would have to be dustable, right?
But everyone already has regular Kael'thas.
I mean, yes.
So they might as well just give out 1600 dust.
Well, I believe the Kael'thas promotion for the free Kael'thas for login either ran out at some point already, or is going to run out at some point during this expansion's life cycle.
So if someone hasn't gotten that ever, they still have a chance to get it with this one.
Yes.
Makes sense.
And I don't see any reason why the single-player adventure would go away, so presumably you can forever unlock the Kael'thas this way.
And play him if you want to.
So...
But if he's dustable, everyone who has him already can obviously dust him.
If he's dustable, that's a lot of dust for players. Yeah. And if nothing else, for newer players, this is good. To get a legend that they could maybe not otherwise get for free anymore. Despite other people having gotten him for free. So that's nice. I honestly would have preferred, of course, if there was either a completely new card in there to like switch around the meta a little bit, or just a random legendary or other specific legendary.
This is a specific legend that we can want. If you dust the Kael'thas, you can craft any legend you want.
I guess, yeah.
For that cast.
So, yeah.
It's good.
Now, all this stuff comes with legendary quests.
Those are always good because of big rewards.
So, yeah. Those are pretty good. Complete Chapter 1 in the Trial of Felfire Adventure. That is June 17th. And earn 1 Ice of Outland pack, and 1 Year of the Dragon pack, and 1 Rise of Shadows pack. So, you know, that's...
What's the Year of the Dragon pack?
Year of the Dragon...
Random one?
The Year of the Dragon pack, no, that is... They've introduced those a while ago, not too long ago, where it contains... You can pull any card from that year.
But it's still 5 cards.
Yes. Okay. I am not certain if this includes Galakrond's Awaken.
Doubt.
If I had to guess, I would say no.
Yeah, doubt.
I would assume this only includes the actual card pack expansions. Yeah. Because otherwise, I guess if it did hypothetically include Galakrond's Awakening,
you would get all those because you have all the other ones to do duplicate protection.
Well, I mean, I also have those, but then it would also have to include the Ancient of Outland Prologue because that rotates with the Year of the Dragon. Anyways, June 24th, 1 week later. By the way, the times that are listed here, like the times of day, are for the Americas server.
Specific.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that I'm not 100% certain, but sometimes for those sort of things, they roll them out at different times on different servers. So if you want to know your time, just go to your local Hearthstone site, or if you don't have a local one, you know, go to... I think there's a British one for where you could look the Europe up.
9 Pacific is... Noon Eastern is 6 p.m. Central European.
Yes, I'm just saying I'm not sure if it is going to be 6 p.m.
We don't know that.
We could look it up, but I'm not gonna. Because, honestly, I don't want to. But, so...
June 24th.
June 24th. It is play 4 challenges, and you get 1 Axe of Outland pack, 1 Year of the Dragon pack, and 1 Saves of Uldum pack.
I'm seeing a pattern. What's the reward from the last one, JJ?
It is, in fact, one Ash of Outland pack, one Year of the Dragon pack, and one Descent of Dragons pack. And the challenge for that one is to play 4 Tavern Brawl games. We'll get to the brawls in a second, because they have special brawls. Not that special.
Yeah.
And they fix the bugs, because of course they do.
Improve
Right?
the game, fix the bugs. No surprise, Zephyrus is on the list. Big reveal there.
Every single
Every
patch
time.
they do something.
It's like they've put, like, Zephyrus eats more work hours than any other card ever has. But that's, I mean, expectable.
I wonder how much they're gonna tinker with Zephyrus once he goes to Wild.
Probably not at all. Because, I mean, when you're wild, you can just go crazy. Like, that's supposed to be, it's like supposed to be like the unmoderated section.
Yeah, but the point is that most of the time they improve them to be better, not to be worse.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And especially if they start, like, changing cards in Classic, I think they might have not thought this through because they have some problem with Desktop Alexa, right? Where they always have to see which mini goes in what pool, blah, blah, blah. They have to add new stuff to him all the time. I feel like at some point they're just going to hire a person whose only job it is to make sure that, like those 2 or 3 cards that are in Wild that are reliant on the minion pool with some sort of novel mechanic actually still work.
There's always there's always something that breaks with new combinations.
Yeah, because like you have to hire someone basically to like check Puzzle Labs every time, to check Zephyrus and check Deathstalker. Like every time they add a card.
And other stuff too. Like I recently saw that there's a combo in Wild right now with Archbishop Benedictus and Augmented Alec that causes infinite shuffles to happen.
Okay, that's a glitch, but I'm talking about like intentional interactions where stuff just because it isn't the exact same as it used to be, just design-wise doesn't work anymore. I mean, you don't have to like manually update a Toki pool because it's always just wild legendaries, right? Like that's easy.
But Zephyrus is complex.
But like Zephyrus is the most complex one, and Deathstalker Rexo to some degree at least you have to, whenever an expansion comes out, sort the cards. Having said that, we want to go into the article for the Felfire Festival of Music and Vengeance.
Vengeance is the main theme. They have music at this.
Yes. So this is the whole event. Basically, this just recaps mostly just the stuff that we've talked about in the patch notes. It's a little bit more. It has a bit more pictures, but it's less detailed.
Well,
however, it also talks about the brawls.
Brawls, what up?
June 24th, Burn Down Tavern Brawl. That's the one where if you lose, you get your opponent's deck to play.
Right.
So inevitably, everyone will be playing the same deck eventually. I think for this one, my only advice would be to maybe play this a little bit earlier, when there's more bad stuff to run into. Though, I mean, I think generally, the earlier you play this, the higher your win chances are, and just keep playing until you win, basically.
Exactly.
Not particularly important, because it's the week after, where it's Legendary Quest. I mean, of course, you still want to play it for the card pack.
Yeah.
The Rumble Dome Tavern Brawl.
Sounds epic.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves. That was standard.
Something like that.
So, there is, you choose a class, by which I mean you choose a character. I believe in their video trailer they showed the selection screen, and some of them are dual classed, and some of them are pre-existing characters and stuff. And you choose one of the several weapons. It's like a discover thing in the beginning. You get 3 weapons offered. I'm not sure if it's always the same ones, but and then you choose those, and those are pretty interesting.
They're good weapons.
There's some pretty good ones. I do definitely recommend watching the trailer.
Right.
It's like 3.5 minutes.
You can link it if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna
find that.
It's like 3.5 minutes. It's I kind of sometimes don't like how they approach this promotion stuff, because you basically have to watch the trailer to get some sort of supplementary information about how some stuff works in particular, but also it doesn't explain it well enough that just watching the trailer gives you information. So you have to always watch all the sources. It's a bit annoying. But anyways, and they reiterate the legendary quests, and then you got a bit of a flyer here. They have this Battlegrounds Brawl thing that returns, which is a event that they host on the Twitch channel. There is Twitch drops, but honestly, I get tired of saying it. Not everyone gets Twitch drops. It is like some countries don't allow it, some territories in some countries don't allow it, blah blah blah, gambling regulation, what have you. And on top of that, they do it like every time they host an event these days. Like Grandmasters, get your packs. Like whenever there's something on Hearthstone's Twitch that is like a tournament or something, you could probably get Twitch drops.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Yeah, so, blah, blah, blah. There's like a couple of weeks. No one cares. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm talking about it. It's all good.
No, I'm speaking of the Twitch event.
Yeah, no.
I don't care. And that?
We're not invited. We're not playing. We don't care. There's people there. You know, you've heard of them, but we're not playing.
There's actually a point there. I haven't even heard of some of those people.
Well, some of them I have, and I know some of them are pros, some of them are YouTubers, but none of them are us.
Oh, okay. Maybe some of the pros are the ones whose names I haven't particularly heard.
Who's this Crip guy? Is he a gang member? Is he like all about that? I don't know, man. Donald Trump is playing. pretty tough.
Just imagine.
Pretty tough competition.
Just imagine, like,
dude. Listen, I recently saw the video whenever Donald Trump was spitting lines in the WWE. He's like the contract signing with Vince and stuff, dude.
Yeah.
He's a showman, okay.
I was really hoping, like, Vince would hash out something that it would get Trump during his presidency.
Yeah.
To make an on-screen appearance on WWE.
Dude, impossible, dude. That you can't do that. Not in the ring, at least backstage, but not in the ring.
You definitely gotta have some. He could be escorted to the ring by actual, legitimate Secret Service members. I mean, we're totally getting off topic here.
Yeah.
But I just thought it would have been a really cool gimmick.
I could. Still, though, I doubt it. Because what if he gets shot? Like, what if something happens there? Like, WWE it's over, man.
He wouldn't be the first president to be shot in, let's say, a theater, if you will.
The theater. That is correct. But certainly the first to be shot on national live television, WWE. So, not cool.
Hey, WWE would be like the one show where if the president gets shot, like, they turn him out and they continue.
Yeah, they're like, yo, hey, nothing happens, man. Nothing happens. It's all good. Oh, dude.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first on-screen death. It would be the second.
That's true.
But, you know.
But, hey, they might play it off. And people might believe it didn't happen. It doesn't matter. That's another thing.
Leave a comment in the comments and like.
We are not playing in this tournament, and it is a disgrace among disgraces. What do we need to do to get recognized as Hearthstone content creators? What do we need to do? I got the legend card back. We've made videos. Like, Blizzard has stolen our card ideas and just not given credit, and still they're putting chumps like the president into these tournaments with the pros, right?
How about 5+ digits in subscribers?
Like YouTube subs?
Yes, like YouTube subs.
Should we do that?
I'm sure that would help
you want
make an argument.
Okay. You know what? Listen.
You know, hey, here's
okay,
like, right, recommend this to a friend.
We need. Okay, 5-digit subs, and we will play in this tournament at some point later. We will get card reveals whenever a new expansion comes out.
We've been asking for that for a while.
Yeah, we have. So if you know anyone at Blizzard headquarters, Hearthstone department, you know, show them our way, and get us to 10K subs and beyond, and then we'll do all that stuff. Will be great. Looking forward to that. Thank you for watching this video. A lot of news. Again, if you're a Battlegrounds expert, let us know in the comments or in our Discord server, link in the description, where the real OGs hang out. What do you think about all these updates? Because we can't speak on that as well as some other people can. For the rest of it, though, thank you for watching. We're looking forward to the solo challenges, and we'll definitely play them on our channel. They're coming out as soon as we can. Drop a like on the video, and until next time, we are back in the same room. And that means my audio quality isn't shit anymore, because we share the same good mic now. Decent mic, at least.
That means my audio quality might be mildly worse because I'm not as close to the microphone.
Yeah, but I don't have the crappy $10 mic anymore, and the webcam's also better. So drop a like, and we'll see you in the next one. JJ.
That's it.
That's it.